According to Aaron Wilson, and then corroborated by Nolan Bianchi, Aaron Wilson covers the NFL and the Texans for the Houston. He used to work at the Houston Chronicle. Cade Mays, the center, to the Detroit Lions on a 3-year deal for $25 million, $14 million guaranteed.
Okay. So there you go. It took 90 minutes into free agency, but they went out and they got one of the better centers available on the market. It is an upgrade over what Graham Glasgow tried to do a year ago when they took him from the guard spot and put him at center, where he'd played a little bit in his career. But Cade Mays is 26 years old. He's got great size. He did a great job in pass protection. Everything I've read about Cade Mays says this guy's really good, and the knock against him is maybe he's not as great in space. Maybe he's not as great in getting out in front of the screen game or something like that. But the Lions now have done a couple of things. One is they've signed the veteran center, and the center position is likely to be better than it was a year ago. Two is they have gone out and they have alleviated any pressure of moving what is likely their best guard to center in Tate Ratledge. Now you've got the other guard spot between the recently acquired Juice Scruggs. You've got last year's draft pick of Miles Frazier, and you got Christian Mahogany, who came in the draft 2 years ago to battle it out at the other guard spot. And somebody's going to have to back up Tate Ratledge, but this here is a solid signing for not that much money, Scott. So Cade Mays, a member of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm breathing a sigh of relief. It's a good one. NFL.com had him listed as the 36th rated free agent.
Really? So did the Athletic. 36. There's some consistency there.
You say big, yeah. 6'6" for a center, that's big. 6'6" and 325 pounds. It's good. I think it's really good news. I love the contract. It doesn't seem like it's that much at all when you're looking at $8 million a year for a starting center in this league. You have him for 3 years with only $14 million guaranteed at this point. Okay, great. So now as we start to remake this offensive line, looks like you've got your center, your right guard in Ratledge, and right now it's your right tackle in Penei Sewell, who may switch over to the left side depending on what happens, or what they decide to do at the other tackle position. Does tackle come in through free agency, or are they going to wait to the draft to address that? I imagine they're going to sign somebody in free agency as a tackle. I don't know if it'll be a starting one or one for depth. And then you look at the left guard position. There's competition for that starting job already in-house before you even get to whether it's free agency or the draft. And there are certainly options they have. I feel better now than I did a couple hours ago, knowing that they've got their center. So they have him for $8 million a year for 3 years. I wonder what Linderbaum's going to get.
Well,
and are we going to go, oh?
I don't know. But what else this does is when the restructures come, if Justin Rogers' math is right, they still got plenty of money here.
They should.
In theory. So I wonder what else they are working on. They've got the center locked up, but what are they working on? Lions fans, how you feel about this? 248-539-9797. This is not a player that is top in the league at his position. But what's important here is he's better than what they had there last year. It is improvement, and he's still a guy that's kind of young in his career. So hopefully overall this offensive line. And now, did they identify him? Was he the first guy that they wanted? Was he the number one guy on their list? His strength is pass protection. And, there was a lot of pressure that came up the middle last year on Jared Goff.
Justin Rogers tweeted out, Tate Ratledge is on his honeymoon, pumping his fist in the air at the May signing. Ratledge can now stick at right guard.
Yep. 248-539-9797. Big news there, Detroit Lions fans. Your thoughts. And now we'd identified this as the number one need. They got their guy, and we'll see what's next. Feels like they still have a lot of flexibility here, and they didn't wait and shop from the bargain basement. 248-539-9797. Stefan in Clarkston, you're on 97.1. What's up, Stefan?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon.
What's up?
Love the show.
Thank you.
Hey, so champ and chump. My champ really is the Axel Lindenborg. You know, I watched a lot of the Michigan basketball games, and towards the beginning of the year and even in the middle, I thought to myself, God, it just looks like I don't know if he coasts through games or I just didn't really see it. But my gosh, when the time is coming, crunch time is coming, he's really stepping up into a really solid, dependable player and a scorer, and smart too. My chump is Tom Izzo. I'm a Michigan fan, but I love Tom Izzo. I've loved Tom Izzo. I used to coach, and somebody that I used to read about and look up to. He's always been a favorite coach of mine. I just can't believe the words coming out of his mouth with Jeremy Fears, or even going at the fans about nobody would have known that the fans were chanting that. I watched the game. I didn't even. Maybe I heard it at the end.
Well, Stefan, let me say this about Izzo. Is it possible, do you think, that what he said after the game was meant to take all of the heat off of his players and put it squarely on his shoulders?
No, I do agree with you. But when he comes and basically says Jeremy Fears is this way because of media prosecution by media, or you guys all label him this, and it's one-sided, and he was pushed in the back. Things happen. What things? Getting kicked underneath the belt? That's what happens.
Right, but I'm saying that I think by him coming out and saying what he did, which I think some of it is like indefensible, but you're going to say it. I think it's done for a reason. I think it's done to take the heat off of his players and put it squarely on his shoulders so that they can get back to coach. He doesn't care. Tom can take it. He's going to get his team ready to play on Friday night or Friday, whenever it is that they're going to.
Friday at 9.
Yeah, when they're going to play in the dumb tournament, and then get ready for next week's big tournament, which is what matters.
Well, look, they're about to play some very important games. I would imagine it's a high priority to make sure that Fears doesn't do anything like that again. I would think it would be easy to not kick somebody there in the course of a basketball game and fix it and move on. And then as far as addressing what the fans say, I mean, the problem with that, no matter how strong you feel about it, it's not like your words are going to make it stop. In fact, acknowledging it all is going to make it worse. 248-539-9797. Mark is in Detroit, and he's on 97.1. Hi, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm just a realist. They offensive line, the center play was pathetic. I'm talking about pathetic, just flat out. I love the signing. He's not a big money free agent, but if he's better in pass protection, that's what they need, because all the pressure mainly came from up the middle. They was on Golf head last year.
This guy's supposed to be great in pass protection. I think he allowed 1 sack last year.
That's pretty good.
And had a huge win rate in pass protection. It's gonna create a better pocket for Jared Goff to step up into.
And just look at this. They restructured St. Brown. They're gonna have to restructure Goff. They open up some more money. I think they tried to get Max Cosby, but what held it up, I heard that when Arnold got in trouble, that stopped, because I think they're going to go out and get another corner.
Well, they're going to have to.
Yeah, and I think these tackles that's out here right now at right tackle, you're going to have to move Panay to left. I mean, that's just common sense. He's getting paid like a left tackle, so you might as well move him to left. You draft the right tackle, and you draft a veteran to come in and back up the young right tackle. That's what you do. And then you address some other needs by running back. I think they get a running back in the draft.
Probably. And there's some guys. I'm a big Emmett Johnson fan out of Nebraska. Scott, you like the 2 backs at Penn State.
And the 2 backs in Indiana.
Cade Mate's correction, allowed 0 sacks last year and only 13 pressures.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. It's I'm satisfied with that signing. With that one, now it's on to the next one.
Yep.
But it'd be nice to know that they've restructured some deals so that they can really go out and and do it right.
You did it too. We can't stop calling them signings.
Right.
Nobody signs till Wednesday. Agreements are made, and the Lions got Cade Mays. They've lost Alex Anzalone to Tampa and Amik Robertson to Washington, but they get a center addressing one of their biggest needs. 248-539-9797. It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1.